Okay guys, we recently had a sale and we sold a lot of ManiQ. You guys bought a lot of ManiQ and now you're sitting there going, what do we do with ManiQ?
Besides polish.
Exactly. So Melissa DeLaCruz is gonna hook us up with how many designs?
I'm not sure how many I'm gonna do, but I'll do a few. I'm gonna show you a lot of different ways of what you could do with ManiQ color, from a natural gel polish look or some stuff you could do on top of an artificial nail. So you could do a lot with ManiQ. It's great gel polish. I love gel polish.
Love it. And just remember, just because she uses certain colors, mix, match, use some different colors, take these ideas and make it your own. Let's get started.
Hi, so today I'm gonna go over ManiQ with you. So let's get started. Okay, so your foundation of it is basically your top and your base. And then all the other ManiQs are color, okay? So what you do is you prep, I wanna show you what I prepped with a medium grit arbor band. So you prep the same way as you would an artificial enhancement, because a lot of people don't think that gel polish is an artificial enhancement, but it is. It's basically a permanent polish. Most people are taught to buff the nail, then apply the polish or a gel polish. Your client's nails are always gonna peel from that point. They have nothing to weave in and anchor onto. So we recommend prepping like you would a gel nail, like a hard gel nail or acrylic nail. You prep the same way with a medium arbor band. Okay, so I already did that here. So if you're going to soak off your nails, I would not recommend using protein bond. Protein bond is like a superior bond. It sticks to your natural nail and to whatever you put on top of it. Now, we educate you guys to electric file your gel polish off. We show you where to stop. There's a lot of videos on that. The fastest way and the most healthiest way, if you know how to electric file, is using protein bond, because you stop when you get to the base coat. So I'm gonna use protein bond, but if you're not experienced with electric file yet, go ahead and soak for a little while till you learn it more, okay? So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put a coat on all these. So if you notice, I like to start on the freeway edge and work my way up. That helps me without flooding the cuticles, okay? One coat works on most people, or some people I should say, because most people are coming to you because they don't have thick nails and polish doesn't stay on them. One coat works for people with really super thick nails, but I still put 2 coats on them because it's added insurance. So I always go through and put 2 coats of protein bond. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is start with base. I'm gonna go ahead and base all 3 of these that I'm gonna be working on. Again, I'll give you tips as I'm working. So what I like to do is I like to put pressure and wipe off one side of the brush. And as you can see on the other side, it's balled up. That's where you're going to apply on the natural nail. Again, so I'll do it one more time. You'll come in, wipe away from you. So then what's right towards you, you're able to polish. So I start on my free edge and then I slowly work my way up. When I get to my cuticle, I kind of slow my roll, put a little pressure and pull it forward. Now these little tips are huge because a lot of times once you flood the cuticle with a gel polish, it's really hard to get it all the way out. So these little tips right here are really gonna help you. So if you have too much on there, you could put it on your neighbor because you're gonna go there anyways. Slowly slow your roll and watch how I work my way up. Put slight pressure on my bristles and drag it straight down. Again, let's come here. I have plenty on my brush. You saw me flip it over because I had more on one side. So when I get here, put a little bit of pressure, come down, a little bit of pressure, come around your cuticle and sidewall, covering the entire nail. Okay, as you can see, I got them on all 3 of them. From here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cure it for 30 seconds under the light. Okay, from here, it's cured for 30 seconds. Pretty much what it did is it made it stay in place and cured it about halfway through. So every time you go under, it's gonna get curing time on top of that. They're all sticky, so you do not wanna touch them from here. So I'm gonna do one design at a time, okay? I am going to use Cheeky baby royal, yellow neon, and black. Now I've done a similar design in this on a recent video, but I'm gonna do it a little different in different colors so you could kind of see the different effects and different tools you could use to do it. Okay, I'm gonna start with the bright yellow. I'm gonna put it in different spots. Let's go to cheeky. If you get some other color on your brush, have this here so you could just wipe it off just in case. Just a little trick. I love this color. Wipe some off. Okay, so once we cover everything, it kind of flowed really well. Right here, I need to get a little bit more, so I'll kind of touch my color and drag it down. Here it looks pretty good. But that's what I have this for, just to get it to my corner if I need to. So what I'm gonna do from here is I am going to cure her for 30 seconds. So all I did was create a background. So that's an idea in itself right there. Now what I'm gonna do is more of like kind of a butterfly effect, or it also could look like a fish, a side of a fish. It's just really colorful looking. So what I'm gonna do from here is take black, and I'm gonna wipe off of both of my sides of the black, okay, a couple times. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here, put pressure, and come down real sheer. See how it looks really sheer? Cover the entire nail. Okay, so you see how it's really sheer? I could even get it a little more sheer in some spots. There we go, that looks cool. What I'm going to do is take my ManiQ top, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my micro detailer in this case, and I'm going to come right here and I'm going to put it down in different spots. Let's put a bigger one there, and as you could see, I'll start putting smaller dots. This I'm able to go faster than the back of my magic wand because the brush kind of holds on to a lot of it, so it's kind of nice to be able to keep going and not have to dip in every time. Make sure I have my sides clean here. And I'm gonna watch it for a minute. So the longer I watch it, put a little bit more right here, the longer it's going to move for me. That looks really cool. And the longer you watch it, you see how the color is coming more through it. Okay, I kind of like this. So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna cure it for 30 seconds. So what I'm gonna do from here, put my ManiQ top coat on top of here. It'll self-level very well and kind of give you an idea of the bubble effect. Again, last time I used white, it looked very cool. Black is pretty bold, so it kind of gives it a different effect. So I'll flash set this for 30 seconds and then go on to my next nail. Okay, so now for my next nail, I'm gonna do kind of a glitter fade. So I'm going to use Bohemian Rose, and I'm gonna use Diamond Dust and Crushed Pearls. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a coat down of Bohemian Rose. This is such a hot nude color. I really like this color with a slight purple tint. So what I'm doing at the cuticle, I kind of slow my roll and get it even. Make sure if you get it a little off, like right here, you take it off before you cure it, okay? So let's do 30 seconds flash set. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more coat of Bohemian Rose just for a nice coverage up here. So see how I'm polishing? With some gel polishes, you have to go so thin that it takes a few coats to cover. Most of our ManiQs cover in 1 to 2 coats. There's very few I put 3, and usually if I'm putting 3, it's because I skipped something or a little spot somewhere. That's just like detail work from there. Actually, these two nails look amazing together. That would be a really cool set, right? Okay, so let's flash set this for 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a little glitter fade. What I'm gonna do is open my glitters up, and I'm going to use my bigger glitter first. And the reason being, if I put my small glitter down first, it's gonna cover too much and my bigger chunks aren't gonna stick. So if I put this down, the bigger ones, the small ones will weave in between them. So let me show you a little trick I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my detailer brush. And I kind of just put them in random little spots because sometimes with the makeup brush, it's a little overwhelming. Like it picks too much up. So here now I'm going to go with the fine one. See how it kind of filled it in? Then I'm going to take my detailer brush and I'm going to lightly feather it up like shooting stars. And go a little higher than I did with the bigger crushed pearls. Make sure it's not hanging on your sides. Now what I'm going to do is flash set this for 30 seconds. Okay, so as you can see when you look at it that it's a little rough on the free edge, what I'm going to do is basically encapsulate it with my ManiQ top. So I'm going to, let me show you a little trick. What I like to do is I like to come right here and cover my glitter. And this is kind of a speed trick for me in salon. And I put her under the light for like at least 15 seconds while I'm doing that to the other nails that I faded. The reason why I like to do that, if I kind of go over the nail over and over, it picks up a little piece of glitter sometimes and puts it up on top of the nail. And I want it more ombre. I didn't want like glitter up there. So I'll kind of cover it. And then my second coat, I'll go over the whole thing and I'll self-level over all of it. So now what I'm going to do is, see how you could see where my top coat stopped and started? You're not going to be able to see that on my second coat. So I'm going to come right here and bring it all the way down. See how it's self-leveled over everything? Make sure it's sealed around there, just so your glitter's not sticking out everywhere. Now I'm going to flash this for 30 seconds. Okay, so that one's completely done. I just haven't fully cured it yet. I'm going to go on to my next design. I'm going to do some black. I'm going to top it with Sugar Bowl. And I'm gonna kind of do like some flame or marbly effect with these three colors, and ultimate pink too. I forgot to say ultimate pink, we can't forget that. So I'm gonna use those. My first coat is going to be black. And there's a fuzz, let's get it out. Okay, once I have my bottom part covered, I'll come close to my cuticle, put a little pressure, come closer. Black and white are probably your hardest gel polishes to polish. You kind of have to really slow your roll through here because you could notice any imperfection. So kind of slow down a little when I'm going around my sides. Now remember, if you kind of miss a side, it's fine because you're going to put another coat of black on. Okay, let's cure this 30 seconds. So now I'm going to come in with my second coat. Black ManiQ 101 covers in two coats really well. You saw how in one coat it covered pretty good. I like to put two coats of it. Now get a little closer. I noticed I got a tad bit on Sally's skin, so I will just take it off right away before I cure it. So we'll do 30 seconds cure time. So now what I'm going to do is I want to change the color of my black. I kind of want it to have like a little bit of blue fire in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Sugar Bowl, and Sugar Bowl is kind of a see-through color. You could use it by itself. It's a really pretty color, or you could put it on top of almost any color to create like an opalescent effect. So that's what I'm going to do with this black. I'm going to put Sugar Bowl over it. See how it kind of turns like a really cool purplish blue. So with this color in stock, you could change your whole collection just by adding this on top. Okay, so what am I gonna do next? Flash set it for 30 seconds while I put it on the other hand. So now what I'm gonna do is take my three colors, my Sugar Bowl, my Baby Royal, and my Ultimate Pink. So now what I'm gonna do is just drop my colors down. I kinda like to put the Sugar Bowl in the middle of it, so it kind of, see how it kind of flames it out kind of cool? Or marbles it nice. You have plenty of time to take your time. Let's come up this direction. Bring up one there. Put a little bit more of this in. This kind of, see how cool this color, what it does to it? So what I'm going to do is kind of spread it out a little so it's not too thick. Let's do a little bit more of this color here. Everyone's going to come out a little different. Oh, that looks cool. So you kind of play with it a little. Flash set it for 30 seconds. Okay, I decided I was gonna add one more color to this mix, and I'm gonna add Glacier 101. So I think I'm gonna put a little bit on here. See, that kind of has a blue marble. So I'll polish it here, it'll give it a cool effect. And I'll come in with this and go over where I brought it up. Okay, give kind of like a little shimmer to it. So from here, what I'm going to do is flash set this for 30 seconds. So what I'm gonna do from here is I'm gonna top coat all of my nails. Oh, I'm glad I added Glacier. It looks really cool. Really, really cool. Let me add one more coat over the glitter just to be safe that I don't have to buff it. Just a final little touch. Alrighty, so let's final cure these for 1 minute. So now what I'm going to do is use ManiQ Cleanser to wipe off my sticky residue. Always use ManiQ Cleanser when you're wiping off the sticky layer from ManiQ. It helps keeps the shine really pretty and it doesn't deploy it. It's more of an alcohol-based product than an acetone-based product. So what breaks down soft gel or gel polish? Acetone, right? So I would suggest you use ManiQ Cleanser to take it off. Now, this is one of the coolest tricks about ManiQ. You know how sometimes they say, you can't file, you'll break the seal, but there's a spot on her nail that kind of looks fat or that the product came down a little and you just want to file it. A lot of companies you can't. With ours you can. You added a protein bond, it's a pure soft gel, you're fine. So I don't think I really need to file, but I'm going to show you. If you need to file your side in a little, see I filed a little in, this isn't going to cause your gel polish to peel. This is what I absolutely love about ManiQ, especially if you put glitter on the end. Sometimes you feel a little piece of glitter, you want to get it. It's nice to come in and perfect what you did, sending your client out looking really nice. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe this one more time just to make sure it's dust free of everything. I'm going to take a look of her nails this way just to make sure I didn't file them off anyway. And they're all pretty straight, different designs but the same shape. So I hope you enjoyed this. There's so much more you could do with this. I just had to pick 3. So we'll show you more later, and tag us in your designs with ManiQ. Have fun.
We absolutely love making videos here at Young Nails, so don't be shy, go in the comments, tell us what you want, and we promise we're gonna give it to you. Also, don't forget to subscribe.